Arno, thank you for your time. Good morning to you. I mean, as we speak, I understand that the Gauteng High Court has made a decision on this that you are pleased with. They would like to see all these ECD centres receiving that 100% subsidy.
Yes, that is correct. Indeed, we did get a positive judgment yesterday, and indeed justice did prevail. We are very glad about this, and what the judgment says that all ECDs that were supposed to get their subsidies will now have to get 100% of their subsidies, and it should be paid to them immediately.
But this also tells us a different story then about the Department of Social Development as well as the MECs, that the court has found them to have been in breach of this.
Yes, that is indeed correct. The judge granted an order saying that the minister and the MECs has failed in their duties, their constitutional duties with regards to the children, and that indeed they need to pay all the subsidies. So I just want to mention that it's only 8 of the 9 provinces. So the Western Cape did pay 100% of the subsidies. So we're talking about the other 8 provinces which would now need to pay all the subsidies to the ECD centres. And the issue that we have there really is that what the MECs put forward, they said, look, if a school is closed, we're not going to pay subsidies. But the problem or the issue is if the school is closed because of money and they can't get the subsidies, then they can't open again, because what the first judgment of Judge Fabricio says, they can open, but they need to adhere to certain safety measures, and that costs money. So you can't open if you don't have money, and if you're not open, the MEC says, no, you can't get any subsidies from them, which you are entitled to get.
Right. And when will this take effect? When are you expecting, of course, the department to ensure that all these ECD centres and over 700,000 children receive this relief that they so desperately need, I assume, at this time?
Correct. So we would like to see that being done immediately. That is what the judgment said, so that is what needs to be done. So we would like for that to start ASAP. And because at the end of the day, children really, we know of issues where children were eating grass and eating crickets just to get something in their stomachs. And that cannot be okay in any manner. Yeah. So we would like to see that being done immediately.
Arno, with that being said, take us a bit back here in terms of some context for those viewers perhaps who are only meeting the story at this time. I mean, I understand that some of these ECD centres had not even received any grant since the beginning of this year, and as far back as January, leaving so many young children vulnerable. What day-to-day challenges did the children encounter, but also these centres have to experience?
Yes, indeed. So most of the children that is in underprivileged or rural areas, the only proper plate of food that they do get was at the nursery school. So because of the lockdown and the schools being closed, they did not get anything at all. And that was where the big issue came in. So that's why we fought in the first court case to get them to reopen, so that indeed they can get to a place where they can get that food. So the subsidies, or the grants, if you like, it's split into 3 portions. There's administrative portion, then there is a food portion or nutrition portion, and then there's a training portion for the kids to be trained. And what the MEC said is, they said, no, because it's lockdown now, they're not going to pay anything except the administrative subsidy, which they didn't pay in anyway. So they paid nothing. And that's where the issue came in. Really, it was just not doing what they were supposed to do. And it's a sad fact that it seems as though you need to take the court route to get them to do what they need to do, and that's to look after the children in the ECD sector.
Will the ECD centres then be paid back for all those months that they were not?
That is what the ruling says. The MECs need to pay 100% of all the subsidies owned. So yes, that is what needs to be done.
All right, Arno van der Merwe, thank you so much for your time talking to us there, representing the SA Childcare. Now, of course, had taken the Department of Social Development to court, and they have won that judgment. ECD centres expected to receive that 100% subsidy.